para estas bellezas de la Serie Mundial de Boxeo. ¿No se escuchó fuerte el aplauso, caballeros, para estas niñas hermosas?
So we've had our 49-kilo class fight. We've seen the light flyweights. It's 1-0 to Cuba right now here in Mexico City. And there's always the point that fighting in Mexico, especially Mexico City, it's difficult. 2,400 meters up. It makes the job of the Cubans all the trickier. Now, next we're going to see Eloy Ramirez Carrazana of the Cuba Domadores taking on Aaron Alameda.
Siguiente pelea del equipo de los Domadores de Cuba. Recibamos a Ramirez
Robesi Eloy Ramirez Carrazana. For the Cuba Domadores, bantamweight, 56 kilos. 20 years old, current Pan American champion. Beat a Mexican in the final to win that, Sergio Chirino. Probably the most important thing he's won, the London Olympic Games, first place. Beat a Mongolian Nyambayar to take the gold at the Olympics.
Recibir al guerrero de México con ustedes, Brian Revelación Gonzalez.
Well, it was meant to be Aaron Alameda who was going to be meeting the Olympic champion, but at the last minute, Brian Gonzalez of the Mexican Guerreros has stepped in to take on the Olympic champion. So a part of the Guerreros stable. You're allowed quite a number of athletes in the stable. In fact, just about the smallest stables, the Cubans with 21. The Mexicans have quite a few more. Well, what can we say about Brian Alexis Gonzalez? Mexican national champion in 2013. He managed to beat Aaron Alameda in the semi-finals there. So perhaps the worthy man to go forward. Still very young, just 19 years old. On the Mexican Junior National Olympiad a couple of seasons ago. This very much a huge step up in class for him. He'll never have fought anybody like the Olympic champion Eloy Robesi.
Damas que nos tenemos a continuación como supervisor WSB Ángel Villarreal de Estados Unidos de Norteamérica. Como jueces, José Bonet de Puerto Rico, Enrico Licini de Italia, Verónica Kus de Hungría, Mikola Karikulov de Ucrania, Evangelos Bojikoukas de Grecia. El tercero en la superficie de Argentina, Gerardo Pugui. Damas y caballeros, tenemos a continuación en la categoría de los 56 kilogramos. Pelearán 5 rounds. Presentamos en la esquina azul de los Domadores de Cuba. Con ustedes, Ramirez Ramirez.
There is the introduction of the Olympic champion.
En la esquina contraria, el aplauso para el guerrero de México, Brian Revelación Gonzalez.
Brian Alexis Gonzalez of Mexico, just 19 years old, from Morelos. He's been training here in Mexico City for some time. And altitude training just give you some advantage. Mr. Gerardo Poggi of Argentina is our referee for the bout.
Box.
There are the judges. 3 will be randomly selected to score this bout. They don't know who they are at the moment. They'll find out at the end. It's the 10-point must system. We get underway once again. The Cuban in the gold and white, the Olympic champion, Ramirez. He is up against Brian Gonzalez of Mexico in the green shorts. Now, just how will Robisi play this? Just taking it easy at the moment. Little smile on his face. He must appreciate the reputation he brings to the ring. The fear the young Mexican will have here, competing against such a superstar of boxing. Well, the Mexican trying to get busy at the beginning. Buoyed up by the crowd here. 4,000 strong in this new arena that's been built. Nothing getting through the guard at the moment. Nice uppercut from the Cuban. The Mexican covers well. Watch the head, this referee says. Keep the heads up, no clashing. Well, by Robisi's standards, the Cuban, he is being pretty lackadaisical at the moment. Just soaking up what the Mexican's chucking at him. Maybe waiting for his moment to unleash. He doesn't want to get trapped in the corner here, the Mexican. That could be dangerous. And it's lucky the Mexicans have such a big stable, because it was going to be Aaron Alameda, the 3-time national champion, who was going to be taking on the Cuban. But something happened in camp in the last couple of days. There was a news flash yesterday, and he was pulled from the fight. I'm assuming an injury. Good work here from Gonzalez. He's trying to make Robisi work for it. And now Robisi drops his hands. He's feeling very confident. And at the bell, they're looking very aggressive. And certainly, for me, the Cuban's done enough to take the first round. Great head movement from the Cuban. Picks his spots. Clean punches are vital to score. So we're going to get the judges' scorecards in a second or two, find out exactly how they saw that. I imagine it's in favor of the Cuban. Oh, we go underway with round number 2. The Cubans in the gold and white. The Mexican in the green shorts. The Olympic champion, of course, boxing for Cuba. Big hit from the Cuban. Big body shot, and he's got the Mexican in a little bit of trouble here. Dances away out of the corner. Good punching here from the Cuban. He's got him against the ropes. Little smile, a cocky smile if you like. Looks in total control at the moment. The first time these two men have ever fought. He's beaten a number of Mexicans, has Robeisy, through Pan American Championships, different South American competitions. But the first time he's come up against Brian Alexis Gonzalez, and I think it'll be a night Gonzalez will remember. Off, cracking left hand there from the Cuban. He's shaken the Mexican a little bit with that one. Well, the Mexican's starting just to step away now. He's not so keen to get inside and fight. Well, into the clinch again, and they're pulled apart. Just 20 seconds to go this round number 2. So we go to the corners. That's the end of round number 2. I think it's pretty safe to say the Cuban's taken that round as well. Let's have a little look back here. Working at range, the Cuban, picking him off. The Mexican needs to get inside, and right now he's lost the taste for it. That's a sign of someone truly at the top of their craft. When they throw so many good punches that just hit cleanly, and that's what Robeisy's doing right now. There we are, 9-10. So right now it's Judge A and B have seen it 2 rounds to Robeisy, and actually Judge C saw the first round as a 10-8, a complete domination over the Mexican. So things looking pretty solid for the Cuban. So round number 3, we're underway with the Cuban in the white shorts, the white gold trim, and the Mexican in the green shorts, who is struggling right now on points.
Sin pegarse, suéltase, suéltense, suéltense, suéltense.
Well, he's been told to get busy from the Mexican corner, and he's doing exactly that. But he's got to be careful here. He's up against the Olympic champion. Just hanging off here, finding each other's reach. Just inches either way, and that's the difference. Boxing at this level, you just have to find the perfect range, and of course, if you have that reach advantage, it makes such a difference. Ramirez just pounding in punches now. Round number 3, the Mexican struggling. The home crowd here cheering him on, trying to keep him up. Body shots, trying to lower those arms. Oh, cracking uppercut to the Mexican's face. Ramirez, the Olympic champion, on fine form here. Well, Ramirez is swapping from southpaw to orthodox. Drops his hands, eggs on the Mexican. He's having a fun night. You can see it in the Mexican's face. He's struggling here. Covers up again. "15 seconds to go in this bout. Another clean shot. Not even attempting to defend now, the Cuban. Feels in total control at the end of round 3. Sticks his tongue out, and I tell you what, he won't gain any fans here in Mexico for that kind of attitude. A little bit of showboating here. And the Mexicans will be desperate for their man, Brian Gonzalez, to get back in the final 2 rounds. Well, early on, Gonzalez came out swinging. It was all soaked up there, and look at that, clean punches. This could be a 10-8 round from the judges. We'll have to wait and see. (10-8), yes indeed. Judge A's seen it like that. 10-9 from Judge B and C. So right now a very commanding lead by as much as 4 points on 2 of the judges' scorecards going into this round number 4. 3 minutes. We have 3 5-minute rounds in this AIBA Open Championships, the World Series of Boxing. Robisi Eloy Ramirez Carrazana, the Olympic champion at 56 kilos in the white and gold trim shorts, taking on the Mexican Brian Alexis Gonzalez. We are here in Mexico City, round 1 of the World Series of Boxing. Well, the Mexican just covering up now. Just waiting for the next onslaught. That cheeky smile of Robisi. Fans back home in Cuba will be enjoying this, but the crowd here in Mexico are almost stunned into silence right now. Big gulf in class. It's the only way to put it. Well, the other teams were worried about the Domadores coming on to the World Series of Boxing. Now we've seen this, so they should be. These Cubans are spectacular. Let's not forget, Mexico last season semi-finalists, beaten by the eventual winners, the Kazakhstan team, in the semi-finals. So they are very good. Last year they had every boxer inside the top 10 world ranking. But when you're Cuba and you're pulling out Olympic and world champions like they're nothing, slightly different. Gonzalez trying to find his range there. Just over 40 seconds to go in this 4th round. Not too much has happened at the moment, except Gonzalez dancing around away from Ramirez, looking nervous about being hit. And again, 3, 4, 5 shots come in from Ramirez. This could be a 10-8 round again. He looks in total domination. 10 seconds to go. The Cuban's done enough. Possibly a 10-8, certainly a 10-9. And the Mexican Well, I'm afraid he looks like he's lost heart here. He's got one round to get through, Brian Alexis Gonzalez. And then off to the showers to regroup after what has been a bruising encounter against the Olympic champion. You see the way he's dropping his guard, Robisi, wanting Gonzalez to come on. He knows that his head movement is so good that when he chucks punches, he can duck out the way and counter-attack just brilliantly. Well, here we go. Yes, one judge saw it 8-10. The other two 9-10 in favor of Ramirez Robisi. So 34-40, 35-40, and 36-40 is how the judges see it. There's only one way the Mexican can pull this back, and that is a knockout in round number 5. So we come out, 3 minutes to go. Robisi Eloy Ramirez Carrazana, Olympic champion at the 56-kilo class, taking on Brian Gonzalez in the green shorts of Mexico, the Mexican champion. And it's time for one of those huge haymakers. The 1 in a million punch that would make Gonzalez a national hero overnight if he could put it off against the Olympic champion. That's what he needs. And Ramirez is sticking his face out, knowing that Gonzalez needs that big punch, taunting him. Well, of the two right now, it's certainly Gonzalez in the green shorts, the Mexican, who looks pretty heavily fatigued, bruised and battered. He just smiles, drops his hands again, and it just doesn't look like two world-class boxers. And well, that's because it isn't. It's the #1 boxer in the world in those gold and white shorts, just putting on a demonstration against what is a very good international boxer in Gonzalez, but he's just not the same class of the Cuban. And he showed class for years, Ramirez, all the way back at the AIBA Youth World Championships in 2010 in Baku. Took the gold then, the Pan American Youth Games that same year, gold medal. In fact, he's gone gold almost at every major championships he's entered. The Pan Americans in Guadalajara in Mexico, gold medal. He was just 19 then. He's been the Cuban champion since 2011. 10 seconds to go here, and it could be another 10-8 round, especially if Robisi puts on a real demonstration here. Oh, goodness me, 10 or 12 punches without reply at the end, and a brilliant display from Robisi Eloy Ramirez Carrazana, the Olympic champion from Cuba, fighting for the Cuba Domadores, has taken yet another win for his nation. Well, that final round, it was cruise control really for Robisi until the 10-second clacker went and he thought he'd just turn it on for the fans. Gonzalez lucky he didn't get a taste of that earlier. It's definitely a 10-9 final round to Ribisi, because that last 10 seconds, it may well even be a 10-8 from some of the judges' scorecards. He just looks so dominant, so in control. Terminology they'll use actually is 10-9 clear round, clear winner. 10-8 clear winner with dominance. 10-7 total dominance. 10-6 overmatched. You have to judge each of the bouts on the following criteria: number of quality of blows, and that has to be in target areas, domination of the bout, competitiveness, technique, tactics, superiority, and of course infringement of the rules, which we didn't see any of there. So here we go.
Damas
Over to our
y
referee.
caballeros, tenemos la puntuación de los jueces. Después de 5 rounds de pelea, la puntuación: jueza 42-50, juez B 45-50, juez C 44-50.
42-50.
Damas y caballeros, el vencedor de esta
saw
pelea
it 10-8 at
por
the end there. 45-50 was the kindest of the judges'
unánime
scorecards.
de los
there's only one
domadores
winner.
de Cuba, Ramirez Ramirez.
Judge A saw every single round 10-8, and that was an easy victory for Ribisi Eloy Ramirez, the Olympic champion from Cuba, fighting for the Cuba Domadores, who are a part of this group of death, Group
Así es,
B.
Bob, estamos con Ramirez Ramírez, una pelea prácticamente dominada de principio a fin. Platícanos cómo te sentiste.
Bueno, me sentí muy bien, todo está basado en la preparación que hemos hecho en base a esta competencia, y pienso que no solo yo, el equipo completo va a hacer buena actuación.
Debimos apostar mucho por esa mano zurda, por momentos a
happy,
punto de enviar al mexicano a la lona.
Bueno, nada, todo está en la táctica que ordene la esquina, y bueno, la fuerza es natural, eso es cosa de cada boxeador, y espero que como yo